Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Greetings to yang berbahagia Adjunct Profesor Datuk Surveyor Zulkifli bin Muhammad Zain, Principal Partner, Design Course Consultant, yang berusaha Profesor Madya Technologist Dr. Jumadi bin Abdul Sukur, Dean of the Faculty of Engineering Technology, University Tun Hussein Onn Malaysia, yang berusaha Teknologis Dr. Abdul Fatul Hakim bin Zulkifli, Deputy Dean Academic and International Affairs, Faculty of Engineering Technology, UTHM, yang berusaha Profesor Madya Technologist Dr. Surayahani binti Adnan, Deputy Dean, Research, Development and Publication, Faculty of Engineering Technology UTHM, yang berusaha Profesor Madya Technologist Dr. Nur Shuhaila binti Muhammad Sunar, Head of Department of Civil Engineering Technology, Faculty of Engineering Technology UTHM, Senior University Official, University Officials, Industry Representatives, respected audience. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone is in a ping of health. Firstly, let us extend our gratitude and thankfully we are to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because with His bless, we can gather in this meaningful event. We would like to warm welcome to all distinguished guests and participants to opening ceremony of International Construction Week at FTK 2021. My name is Nur Akilah M. binti Kaharudin and I will be your MC for today on this visual platform. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to call upon Ahmad Akmal bin Sazili to recite the doa.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma innaka khalaqul azim, innaka sami'un alim, innaka ghafurur rahim, innaka rabbul arsyil azim, innaka rabbul jawadul karim. Ya Allah, Engkaulah yang mempunyai segala kepujian, Engkaulah yang berhak menerima segala kepujian, Engkaulah yang berhak menerima segala kesyukuran. Engkaulah yang memiliki segala pemerintahan. Di tangan Engkau segala kebajikan. Kepada Engkau jualah kembali segala urusan. Allahumma ya Karim ya Rahim. Tujuhlah rahmat dan rahmat ke atas majlis Construction Week yang diadakan pada hari ini. Berkatilah ia dari awal hingga akhirnya. Yang fa'lu lima yurid. Kami juga memohon perlindungan daripada-Mu dari segala perkara yang boleh mencacat celakan majlis kami dan daripada segala perkara yang boleh melalaikan kami dari berbuat taat kepadamu. Kepadamu juga kami serah segala urusan kami. Rabbana alaika tawakkalna wa ilaikal wa'abna wa ilaikal masir. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you to Ahmad Akmal for the doa just now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us warmly invite Yang Berusaha Profesor Madya Technologist Dr. Jumadi bin Abdul Sukur, Dean of the Faculty of Engineering Technology, UTHM. Please welcome.
Thank you very much, Ms. Akilah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berbahagia Adjunct Profesor Datuk Surveyor Zulkifli bin Muhammad Zain, Principal Partner, Design Course Consultant. Yang berusaha Teknologis Dr. Abdul Fatul Hakim bin Zulkifli, Deputy Dean Academic and International. Yang berusaha bersama dia Teknologis Dr. Surayahani bin Adnan, Deputy Dean Research Development and Publication. Yang berusaha bersama dia Teknologis Dr. Nur Shuhaila binti Muhammad Sunar, Head of Department of Civil Engineering Technology, Senior University Officials, University Official, Industry Representatives, respective audience, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to everyone. Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful to Allah SWT because with His generosity and grace, we are able to gather here today for the online open ceremony of the International Construction Industry Week at FTK 2021. Dear students, distinguished speakers and guests, industry friends from Malaysia and abroad, and all participants here, selamat datang. Although we are not able to meet face-to-face, syukur Alhamdulillah, we can still meet and engage in this intellectual discourse of iCIW at FTK 2031 on this virtual platform. Well done to JTK organizing team. First of all, on behalf of the Faculty of Engineering Technology and the entire staff of the University Tun Hussein Onn Malaysia, I would like to congratulate and thank you for attending this opening ceremony of the International Construction Industry Week at FTK 2021, organized and hosted by the faculty. The theme for this year's iCIW is Construction for the Future, which hints at an exciting assembly of speakers who will be sharing their invaluable expertise and experience, literally bringing the construction industry to the classroom for students' first-hand immersion. As with other economic sectors, the construction industry does not escape the impact of the global pandemic lockdown and ensuing economical consequences. Nonetheless, the construction industry has shown remarkable resilience and determination to rebound with continuous innovations and improvements to elevate the quality of work for the present and the future. As such, I would like to express my deepest appreciations and thanks to industries who are here today to share their knowledge and experiences with the students, nurturing them as the future generation of civil engineering technologies. Congratulations also to the Department of Civil Engineering, Faculty of Engineering Technology, University Tun Hussein Onn Malaysia, for taking the initiative to organize this event for the second year consecutively, despite the concern of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. This is indeed in line with the aspiration of the faculty and university to provide students with a significant amount of industrial exposure during their period of study at UTHM. Bravo and well done. iCIW at FTK 2021 offers a total of 10 slots, one forum, one virtual site visit, and 16 industrial talks by industrial practitioners from all walks of industry from Malaysia, as well as abroad, including Indonesia and Pakistan. Note that each slot is closely related to the students' academic curriculum here at the faculty, giving them a direct bridging between what they learn in the classroom and reality out there in the industry. This is also evident of the faculty and university's commitment to work closely with the industry and strengthening our programs, stimulating our research, as well as developing a keen sense of industrial needs and expectations among our students. Before concluding my speech, once again, I would like to take this opportunity to express my appreciation and my sincere gratitude to all parties involved in making the International Construction Industry Week at FTK 2021 a reality. Congratulations also to all committee members who have worked very hard to make this event a success. Finally, I hope this program will run smoothly, and I urge all students to embrace the opportunity to learn as much as you can. Ask questions, in fact, as many questions, for you are here to learn from the very best from the industry. With that, thank you very much. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the speech just now. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, next, let us all welcome Yang Berbahagia Datuk Surveyor Zulkifli bin Muhammad Zain, Principal Partner Design Cost Consultant, to give some speech. Please welcome Datuk.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Yang Berusaha Profesor Madya, Technologist Dr. Jumaidi bin Abdul Syukur, Dean of the Faculty of Engineering Technology, University Tun Hussein Onn Malaysia, Yang berusaha Technologist Dr. Abdul Fatul Hakim bin Zulkifli, Deputy Dean, Academic and International Affairs, Faculty of Engineering Technology, UTHM. Yang berusaha Profesor Madya, Technologist Dr. Suraya Hani binti Adnan, Deputy Dean, Research, Development and Publication, Faculty of Engineering Technology, UTHM. Yang berusaha Profesor Madya, Technologist Dr. Nur Suhaila binti Muhammad Sunar, Head of Department of Civil Engineering Technology, Faculty of Engineering Technology, UTHM. Senior university officials, industry representative, respected audience, and then last not least, the students. Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because with His splendor and grace, we are able to gather today for the International Construction Industry Weeks 2021 virtual webinar. Alhamdulillah, I also make to understand that this is going to be the second consecutive year for iCIW to be successfully held despite the global pandemic lockdown and movement restrictions. So kudos to the organizing task force from the Department of Civil Engineering, Technology, FTK UTHM, and all the committee members who involved in organizing this seminar. I am very pleased to welcome all participants to the opening ceremony of the International Construction Industry Week 2021, in short, iCIW 2021 seminar. As an industrials practitioner, I also would like to thank UTHM for this opportunity to be part of the International Construction Industry Weeks 2021. The highest appreciation and thanks to all speakers from both the industry and academia who have come together in this virtual webinar to share their invaluable knowledge and experience with the student as well as practitioner alike. The International Construction Industry Week 2021 comprises of 10 slots, i.e. 1 virtual site visit, 1 forum and 15 industry talks, covering a wide range of topics encompassing the latest civil engineering practices, construction technology, innovation, and advancements. I hope that all students and participants can take advantage of this program to gain as much knowledge for self-development as to meet the needs of today's industry and of course of the future expectation of the employer and the people in the industry. Finally, once again, I would like to express my appreciation to the industry representative for a commitment to make this program a success. Educating the young is our most reliable way to secure the future. In creating a world with well-designed and implemented civil engineering works would ensure the safety, comfort, and well-being of millions. This goes on to emphasize the importance of sharing sessions like this, enabling intellectual discourse between practitioners, educators, and students, hence closing the gap between classroom and the real construction industry out there. The iCIW 2021 is definitely and obviously one of those rare platforms which effectively bring the industry to the student with lecturers, forum, and even virtual site visit. I believe UTHM, through the department and the faculty, has done a great job in contributing to the level best of the education as far as civil engineering is concerned. Congratulations to all. May the program run smoothly and that the student will not be shy to take this opportunity to ask, as we mentioned by the Dean just now. It is not just asking the question. It is also important for a student to take advantage of the information provided by those speakers and make those become your first experience before you really join to the real world of working environment. So my dear student and all participants, please buckle up and enjoy the ride. With that, dengan lapas Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, saya dengan sukacitanya merasmikan International Construction Industry Week 2021, or in short, iCIW 2021. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Yang Berbahagia Datuk, for the speech just now. So, without further ado, let's watch the montage and opening gimmick of the program International Construction Industry Week at FTK 2021. Next, the Council respectfully invited the participants line ready for the online photography session. We all asked to open the camera.
Okay, Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi semua. Saya akan jadi fotografer untuk pagi ini. Let's give your brightest smile in 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, moving to the next page. Smile. Okay, the third page. The fourth page. and the last page. All right, thank you everyone.
All right, with the end of the photography session earlier, the opening ceremony of the International Construction Week Industry Week at FTK 2021 program is over today. Any shortcomings that occur during this ceremony, we apologize 1,000 times. All participants can continue to stay online to follow the first slot of the International Construction Industry Week at FTK 2021 program. Slot 1 will begin shortly. A very warm welcome on behalf of the Organizing Committee International Construction Week at FTK 2021 to our distinguished guest speakers in this morning. Associate Professor Dr. Samlullah Sohu on this virtual platform. Welcome to the International Construction Week at FTK 2021. Slot 1 with the title is Challenges Faced by Construction Industry in Pakistan. Without further ado, it is now my pleasure to invite technologist Dr. Wan Amizah binti Wan Yusof, our moderator for today, to lead our webinar. The floor is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. All right, thank you very much, Miss Akila. Okay, all the participants can hear my voice clearly. Can type iCIW 21 in the chat box.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Good morning and salam perpaduan to all ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International Construction Industry Weeks iCIW 2021. Before that, let me introduce myself. Okay, my name is TS Dr. Wan Amizah Wan Yusof, one of the lecturer at the Faculty of Engineering Technology, University Tun Hussein Onn Malaysia. So I will be serving as your moderator today. All right, so today we will be sharing knowledge from Associate Professor Engineer Dr. Samlullah from Department of Civil Engineering, Quald-e-Awam University of Engineering, Science and Technology, Larkana's campus, Sindh, Pakistan. On this very timely subject, before we get started, I want to take a few minutes of your time. All right. As a part of the action team's iCIW efforts to provide ladies and gentlemen with these exciting topics and engaging speakers, we would appreciate if you will fill out in the chat box in Zoom or Facebook platform, or you can raise up and voice out any question to our guest speaker. I will have to read out from here and to make this session clear and smooth. And also kindly reminder to all the participants can fill up attendance form at the end of the sessions. Okay, now we are very excited. Moving along to this session, please welcome Associate Professor Engineer Dr. Samlullah, who will be speaking to us on challenge faced by construction industry in Pakistan. Hello, Doctor. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Assalamualaikum, madam. How are you?
How are you, Doctor?
Alhamdulillah. How about you?
Alhamdulillah, we are here. So today, Doctor, now you are now at Pakistan, isn't it?
Yes, I am in Pakistan.
All right, very good. So now we are live from Malaysia to Pakistan.
Okay, thank you, madam.
All right. So I want to take this opportunity to introduce to all of you a bit about Associate Professor Engineer Dr. Samlullah. Okay. So currently he serves as an Associate Professor at the Department of Civil Engineering, Quald-e-Awam, University of Engineering, Science and Technology, Larkana campus, Sindh, Pakistan. So before this, he got his degree, Bachelor Engineering in Civil Engineering at 2008 at Quald-e-Awam University of Science and Technology, Nawab Shah. All right, and then he got his Master of Engineering in Construction in Engineering Management during 2014 from Mehran University of Engineering and Technology, Pakistan, and then completed his PhD in civil and environmental engineering during 2019. So his PhD from University Tun Hussein Onn Malaysia. All right, so we are lucky having our alumni here. All right, so about the project of the PhD regarding the structural model for mitigation measures of critical cost overrun factor in highway projects of Sindh province, Pakistan. Isn't it, Doctor?
Yes, madam.
All right, good. Okay, so actually we have some information. Dr. Samlullah also has working experience as a site engineer, which is doing RBOD project RR Lucky Seh1 at RRE Construction Company, right? During 2010, and then as a training engineer involved in Larkana Lucky Rehabilitation Project, Package 2 National Highway Project. And then during 2010, he also continued his work at AA Associates, consultant, site inspector, involved in bridge over river Indus Amri NHA project. And then 2011, he begins his career at the Department of Civil Engineering, Quald-e-Awam University of Engineering, Science and Technology, Larkana campus, Sindh, Pakistan, and then as lab lecturer. And then at 2015, he continues to be lecturer and until now, and promoted to assistant professor at Department of Civil Engineering, Quald-e-Awam University of Engineering, Science and Technology, Larkana campus, Sindh, Pakistan. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all right, as we know, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many sectors of economy, development and industry has been affected. One of those been affected in the construction industry, and it is also was interrelated with other sectors of finance and also industry. Some of the construction players does not have substantial funding and cannot cope with the costs that need to be built during construction activity, and some of the company has been halted during pandemic, causing them to close their business. Hence, if affected all other related party, especially the construction player, such as workers that lost their job and source of income. It is one of the challenges that we believe all nations in this world face the same situation in construction industry. Okay, Doctor, as a one expertise in Pakistan, we hope you can share about challenges in construction industry in Pakistan. Okay, Doctor, are you ready?
Yes, madam, I'm ready.
All right, without further ado, I will pass the floor to our respected speaker, Associate Professor Engineer Dr. Samlullah. Okay, hope you're ready. Okay, Doctor, the floor is yours.
I am ready. Assalamu alaikum to everyone. First of all, I would like to say thanks to UTHM who gave me this opportunity to give some brief and the issues regarding the construction industry. Actually, as madam already introduced myself, that I have already done my PhD from UTHM in 2019. So it is great honor for me to talk and give some my feedback regarding this industry in about Pakistan. So my today's topic is challenges faced by construction industry in Pakistan. I am Dr. Samlullah Sohu, working as Associate Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Quest University, Larkana, Pakistan. So why I have selected this topic? I just want to give the feedback. I want to give the what reason make me to select this topic. Actually, I have worked in highway projects as well as structural projects as well as other projects, and I observed what are the current challenges that Pakistan is facing. So this topic is very much interested and maybe few challenges are same with the Malaysian construction industry. So outline of my presentation are: what is the definition of construction industry, definition of challenges, what is the importance of the construction industry of Pakistan, challenges faced by the construction industry of Pakistan, and what are the causes of each challenge, what should be the remedial measures, what should be steps should be taken to overcome the challenges, conclusion, references, and in last Q&A session. Before going to introduce about the construction industry, this industry is actually engaging so many pupils in terms of construction, alteration, decoration, or demolishing the structures, roads, sewers, dams, bridges, pipelines, tunnels, canals, and other work sites. This industry is very much famous throughout the world. It is not a new thing that people don't know about the construction industry. Actually, the background of this industry is very much famous. In the early days, the peoples who were living into the caves and in the different places. Slowly, when the passage of time, the slowly steps increasing into the construction sector. When the people came from the caves to the small houses, and there were no any roads, no any structures where they can live. With passage of time, different technologies. Before this, there was only one concept of column, and then beam, then truss, and then so on, advanced structures, because we humans are related to the technologies. Different technologies, different advanced technologies, different new techniques are involved nowadays into this industry. This industry, which is known as construction industry, is nowadays growing very rapidly. But as Dr. Hamiza already told you, that due to pandemic and COVID, so many number of opportunities of this sector are reduced. And labor, especially labor, is very much affected. They became jobless. So this is also the big issue. So Alhamdulillah, now the pandemic is going to be finished, inshallah, as well as in Pakistan. Nowadays, cases are very much reduced. So I am also reading the news about Malaysia and other countries as well as Indonesia, Thailand, China. So cases are reducing. As the cases are reducing, the number of opportunities in this sector are increasing, because we are very much related and interacted with this industry. Actually, what is challenge? Everybody in the life have different challenges. So this industry has also the problem of challenges. What kind of challenges? Actually, what is challenge? First, we have to understand. As the topic is related to the challenges, we have to understand the definition of challenges as something that is by nature and having its own explanation, some justification, or having some difficulty to understand, and which makes us in trouble, or which makes us to make the struggle to overcome the challenges. So in the challenges in terms of the construction industry, it can be defined as very simple words that construction industry, what kind of issues, what kind of problems, and what kind of things they are facing. So today's topic actually is about the challenges in the construction industry. Now, importance of construction industry. Construction industry plays an important role in the uplifting of any country because as the construction industries increase, so the economy and the GDP of the country will also increase. This industry is known as very much famous industries among all type of industries in terms of employment because there are so many participants, there are so many stakeholders, they are engaged as well as labor in terms of subcontractors, contractor, consultant, client, and some other labor which are sometimes unforeseen. Example, if there a steel fixer is there, a steel fixer has its own labor. If there is a concrete plant, they have its own labor, as well as if there is a small subcontractor, it has its own labor. So the number of opportunities are more in this industry as compared to other industries. The construction industry is known as more complex, pregnant, time, schedule, and resource-driven industry. It is always facing serious problems of low productivity, low quality, cost overrun, delay. This statement is given by Memon ETL 2017. Corrective definition, we have no any doubt that as we have given the introduction of this industry, by default, it has different issues because it is complex nature and resource-driven industry. So sometimes the problems are different from one country to another country, one project to another project, one city to another city. It depends upon the nature of the project. According to INSAF ETL, this industry is known as famous because it provides the basic facilities of construction like buildings, roads, hospitals, recreational centers, airports, canals, dams, irrigation system, infrastructure, bridges, and many more structures which we are using nowadays. Now, as my second statement of Imtiaz ETL, that this industry employed more as compared to other industries. How? Because in the buildings, in the roads, in the airports, in the construction of dams, infrastructures, bridges, number of labor you have found, they are working. And that help to increase the GDP and the economy of the country. And this industry is found as a main source in development of the GDP product of any country. Again, this is not only improving or increasing the GDP. As you know, GDP, gross domestic product of the countries, but also improves the life standard. Life standard, how? when there will be the more construction in any country, if there will be more construction activities or the country is more developed in that area, the life standard is more better to the developing countries. You know very well that there is two types of countries. One is developed countries, second is developing countries. The countries which are developed, how developed? In terms of also one factor is there, that country having good structures. This construction industry, according to Frimpong, this industry plays a role for giving new technologies, techniques day by day. Yes, before this, in previous days, what we are observing that construction of roads were with help of rollers, with help of laborers. Nowadays, the asphalt plant are there. Asphalt plant are there, which makes very work easily and save the time, cost, as well as improve the quality. This industry is not only improving the life standard, but also having to growth in the structures of the countries. This statement is according to Memon ETL 2019. Definitely, if the life standard is not going to be only improving, but also different type of structures of the country are also going to grow. According to Akram ETL 2019, the construction industry is known as where numerous number of activities can be done at a time. Surely, it is not possible that only one activity can be done at the project only. No, different activities can run at the same time at the same project by providing the green signal to the another labor, to another workers, subcontractors. The construction industry is among one of the world's largest industries, and it shares the roughly 11 to 13% of the world GDP, and employing around 180 millions and 7% of the global employment. This is a big statement. This statement actually known as the famous statement and large statement, which gives the rough idea to the participants that what is the role of this industry now. Now, how much? 11 to 13% of the world GDP. 11 to 13% of the GDP. And it is clear indicates 180 millions pupils are engaged. It is not easy for other stakeholders to give the number of opportunities as compared to other industries. This gives the better understanding of the stakeholders. Now, this statement is also important to understand. According to 2018 statement given by Jones and Comfort, that this industry is also 10 to 14% of total GDP it contributes, and around 190 million people are engaged. Now, this is actually in USA. This is actually in the USA. The construction industry of United Kingdom has contributed almost 103 billions in 2014-15. Now, there can be question that why I have taken 2014 and 15, because recently I have also read the articles of the UK. They have contributed almost 343 billions in 2019-20, but in 2020-21, this amount comes down because of COVID. That was 41 billions. That was 41 billions in 2021 and 2020. It clearly indicates that this industry is totally connected, interacted with the pupils, with the laborers, with the supervisors, with the engineers, with the project managers, with subcontractors, where a number of pupils are engaged. This industry has engaged almost 13% of the labor force. In total, 2.1 million of the population were engaged in this industry in the country of Europe countries. That is into the Europe countries. This statement, this figure, which is in front of you, is about the Europe countries, where 13% of the total labor is engaged into this industry. And almost 2.1 million of the population were engaged. Now it's a big amount of population engaged. As there was a COVID, surely that industry was barely affected. Let's introduction about the Pakistan, because many of the pupils, they have not very much familiar about the Pakistan. Pakistan has 5 provinces. Number 1 is Punjab. Number 2, Sindh. Number 3, Balochistan. Number 4, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Number 5, Gilgit-Baltistan. In this map, what was the purpose to show this map actually? Here you can see in the map, we have also the numbers, which are Iran, Afghanistan, China, India, which are interacted with our countries. And these countries, interaction of these countries, in my next slides, I will present how much we are getting the benefits and how much we are getting affected because of the neighborhood. We have different railway system throughout the country from each province. We have airports, which are already mentioned into the map, and river, towns. Actually, the main purpose of showing this one is that throughout the country, we have the railway track from one province to last province. And we have also the seaport. Not only seaport, we have 2 main seaports. Seaport is also related to the projects related to the civil engineering. Let's have some introduction about construction industry of Pakistan. Maybe the pupils have no any knowledge or something about the construction industry of Pakistan, but here I am giving some brief introduction about this industry. Construction industry in Pakistan playing an important role in economic growth of Pakistan. Recent provisional estimates published in the Economic Survey of Pakistan shows the industry grew 9.1% in fiscal year 2017 and contributed 2.7% of the country's gross domestic product. I have the latest figure as well. This was 2017. 2018, 2019. In 2018, it also increased up to 9.3. In 2019, same 9.9. But in 2020, as I have already mentioned, due to pandemic, it falls down up to only 3.2. In contrast to the prospective share of Pakistani construction in the local and global economic market, conversely, the development of the sector has not been at par with the market demands. With recent rapid growth of the Pakistan now offers a growing market for the construction industry, because as this industry observed that this industry can be growth if we provide number of opportunities to the pupils by construction. The Federal Medium Term Development Framework (MTDF) allocated 2,162 billions, which is around 36 billions, to the development of the large infrastructure, embarking on the ambitious program to upgrade roads, railways, air, power, water, and irrigation, and other infrastructures. Now, as you can observe here, huge amount has been nowadays investing on the development sector, which includes the infrastructure, roads, railways, and other power system. This industry is nowadays increasing in Pakistan because government is giving priorities to the projects. Government is now thinking how to engage the pupils, how to increase the GDP, because they have now understand. So the PSDP, Public Sector Development Program, from an average of 150 billion rupees, Pakistan rupees per year, to 440 billions per year. This is nowadays increasing day by day. Now, the current figure of fiscal year 2020 and 21, the Public Sector Development Program has invested around, they have kept for the construction sector around 613 billions Pakistan rupees. As Pakistan was independence, Pakistan got independence in 14th August 1947. Since the Independence Day to about 1971, there were only few private developers, sectors, or contractors in the Pakistan. Housing of the public sector was done only by the professional and central work departments through contractors, small contractors, and they have not very much competent, and they have no any particular experience, although they have only the skilled labor, but they are not unqualified actually. After 1971, when land was made available, the mega cities of Pakistan by different developing authorities like HDAD, CDA, KDA, LDA, what CDA, Capital Development Authority, Karachi Development Authority, Lahore Development Authority, Hyderabad Development Authority. There are authorities, and larger allocations were made by the government of Pakistan to Housing Building Finance Corporation. A number of entrepreneurs, industrialization, businessmen, importers, consultants entered into the construction industry. Now, it is clear that after the giving opportunities by the finance corporation, house building finance corporation, and the authorities, they plays a role. They give the opportunities, they give the chance to the businessmen, importers, consultants, contractors, and others to invest and come into the construction industry. Some of them had experience in the building construction, while others had neither enough managerial capability nor sufficient technical knowledge. The building construction industry did, however, get a boost. The present government realized that the engineering infrastructure, housing and building sectors are the backbone of any country's economy and play a vital role in the development of the country. Has increased resources to further expand the basic infrastructure in the country. Pakistan now offers growing market for the construction industry. According to Vision 2025, more dams and other projects have been announced for the feasibility and construction of mega projects like Liari Expressway, Northern Bypass, Sakhar Hyderabad motorway, or other infrastructure projects are in process. Now come to the CPEC. What is actually CPEC? For you, maybe this term is new. Actually, this is the China-Pakistan economic door. China-Pakistan economic corridor, CPEC, actually is framework for regional connectivity. CPEC not only be benefit for China and Pakistan, but also have the positive impact on the Iran, Afghanistan, Central Asian Republic, and the region. The announcement of the geographical linkage having improved road, rail, and air transportation system with frequent and free exchanges of growth and people-to-people contact, enhancing understanding through academic and other opportunities. Cultural and regional knowledge, cultural activity of higher volume of flow of trade as business, producing and moving energy to have more optimal business and enhancement of the cooperation by win-win model, and will result in a well-connected, integrated region of shared dynasty, harmony, and development. China-Pakistan economic corridor is journey towards economic regionalization in the globalized world. It founded peace, development, and win-win model for all of them. China-Pakistan economic door is hope for better region of the future with peace, development, and growth of economy. CPEC is a collection of infrastructures projects that are under construction throughout the Pakistan in the beginning of 2013. Now this statement, originally valued of $47 billion, the value of CPEC projects is worth of 62 billions as dollars as of 2020. And nowadays, more investment is coming through CPEC into the Pakistan. On 13 November 2016, CPEC became partially operational when Chinese cargo was transported overland to the Gwadar port for onward maritime shipment to Africa and West Asia, while some major power projects were commissioned by late 2017. Actually, Pakistan having two main issues in from 2010. That was a power sector, energy sector. So CPEC, through CPEC, they have also invested into the power sector, and more projects have been constructed and more are under construction, which are giving the opportunities. And also, as I have already shown that this Gwadar port, I have already informed you in the map of Pakistan that we have two more famous operational ports. One is in Karachi, second is the Balochistan, which is known as Gwadar Port, which is actually known as heart of the port of the Asia. Actually, during the visit of Chinese leader Xi Jinping in Pakistan in April 2015, he wrote in open editorial stating, "This will be my first trip up to Pakistan, but I feel as I am going to visit the home of my own brother." On 20th April 2015, Pakistan and China signed an agreement to commerce on the $46 billion agreement, which is roughly 20% of the Pakistan annual GDP, with approximately $20 billion worth of fast-tracked early harvest projects to be completed in the end of 2018. But due to some uncertainties, due to some problems, due to the challenges, or due to security reasons, few of projects are still not completed. Transportation is the shifting of the goods by truck, by rail, road, and sea, and is reason and an important indicator for economic development. There are two main parts. The first part represents vehicles that are either van, truck, rails, airplanes, ships, or second part transport infrastructure, just as road, highway, seaway, airways, and railway tracks on the which transport run smoothly. Here, different pictures which I am going to show you in front of you. Actually, these are the construction of the CPEC projects in the Pakistan. This is a location map of the motorway. There are the network of multiple lane highway speed control access highways, which are owned, maintained, and operated by Pakistan National Highway Authority. At present, 2,790 kilometers of motorways are operational, while an additional of 1,204 kilometers are under construction and few are under planning phase. Motorway are the part of Pakistan's that are also National Trade Corridor Project and China-Pakistan Belt Road Initiative. Now, why we are going to discuss about CPEC? Because the CPEC, the investment has been done in the construction sector, majority. One of the project, the length of the highway project was 120 kilometers. That was from Havilian to Thakot, and that is located into the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. And who is doing? There can be the questions that there can be that can be monitored or supervision done by the Chinese. No, that was under the Ministry of Communication, Government of Pakistan, and implementing agency is National Highway Authority, and proposing agency is Ministry of Communication. So number of jobs for this only one project is 5,500, and estimate cost is $1,315 millions. Now you can understand how much number of opportunities can be created by construction of the highway sector. This motorway, this highway having 4-lane motorway, and then Zob Kotia Kuchlak project. This project is also the part of CPEC and having 2 lanes. This is located in the Balochistan. Estimate cost is around 63,601 millions US dollars. And this is also under the Ministry of Communication, Government of Pakistan. And number of people which are engaged here, 3,250. Now, what are the challenges? Now come to the challenges. What are the challenges faced by the construction industry of Pakistan? Actually, there are the 5 challenges are faced by the construction industry of Pakistan. Number 1, delay in construction projects, cost overrun in the construction projects, poor quality standards in the construction, inflation rate in the construction materials, nepotism in the construction sector. Although they have many other challenges, but this is actually the major challenges faced by this industry. Actually, before going to discuss what is the delay actually, few of the students, they have the knowledge about the delay, but here delay can be defined as when the projects exceeds the time period from its original approved time. Let's example, the project time period is 18 months, but sometimes it's going to complete it into the 3 years. That is known as a construction delay. Construction sites actually throughout the world are facing this problem of delay. Still, this is not the end. Actually, the issue is not only the developing countries, this issue is also throughout the world, including the developed country. This issue can prompt many adverse consequences like questions among proprietors and project workers. So, list of the delayed projects in Pakistan. Number 1, motor project from Sakha to Hyderabad. It was scheduled to be completed, but now it's 2 years late. But we don't know, either it can be more, but it is delayed 2 years. Construction of Pasha Dam, 2 years plus. National Highway project from Karachi to Hyderabad, that was 14 months delay. That already had been completed, but that was 14 months delay. Peshawar to Islamabad motorway, that was also delay for time of 2 years. Bus rapid transit Peshawar, that is known as BRT project Peshawar, that was delayed for 3 years. Arija University construction projects, that has been delayed for 8 years, but still construction is ongoing at the site. Last seventh one is RBOD. RBOD is Right Bank Outfall 10 project. It has been delayed for 18 years. Not of that only days, not months. We are talking about the years. Although there are so many numerous projects are there. There are so many projects. One of the projects also I remember, the Miran Highway projects, which was from to Ranipur to Nawabshah. That was delayed for 11 years. Now come to what is the cost overrun actually, as we have discussed about the delay. When the total cost of the project exceeds the actual cost of the project, which was estimated during tender time. Let's have example. The project having cost of $15 billion and that has been completed into the $75 billion. The $25 billion is known as the cost overrun actually. This cost overrun is found in all type of the projects in Pakistan. And this is actually known as more serious because Pakistan is having the financial issues. Pakistan is a developing countries, and sometimes in this construction industry, the projects have faced the cost overrun more than 80% of the cost of the project, which is 80% more than, sometimes 90%, sometimes 100%. Pakistan is also facing critical project management related issues, among which cost overrun is quite prominent. Number of construction projects have faced this cost overrun problem, which is directly or indirectly affecting the economy of the Pakistan. What is the poor quality? Quality standards. Quality standards are defined as documents that provide requirements, specifications, guidelines, and characteristics that can be used consistently to ensure the material, products, processes, and services are fit for their use. Unfortunately, in Pakistan, this poor quality is also increasing day by day. Many projects have not completed within the given specifications, standards, and guidelines, which has affected the life of the project as well as damage of the human life. One bridge, I'm only taking one example because there are so many. One bridge was constructed in Karachi in September 2005 and completed in September 2007, which resulted 6 people killed and 100 people were injured. Apart of this, millions of rupees were also worthless due to poor quality work. Here, I have already told you, you can see here, because of poor quality materials, the structure of the bridge damaged. Millions of rupees makes worthless, and as well as the human life also affected. 6 people died and more than 100 people were injured. Now, inflation rate in construction material. Inflation is causing an increase in the price of materials, machinery, and other inputs to construction projects. Annual inflation rate in Pakistan increased up to 9.2% in October of 2021, last month, from 9% in the previous month. It was the fastest inflation rate since last June, mainly driven by the prices. As we are concerned with the national and professional procurement procedures rules and the prepared CSRs, composite scheduled rates, are causing construction to think 100 times before offering bid of any project. Pace of the construction work has been greatly affected by inflation in the Pakistan. Now, we have discussed about the delay. We have discussed about what is the delay, what is the cost overrun, what is the poor quality, what is the inflation. So, what are the causes of delay? I have not taken these causes, 9 factors. I have not taken myself. This is research is conducted by different authors, by different researchers, that these are the 9 main causes, main factors, which causes delay into the construction projects of Pakistan. Number 1, delay in payment to the contractor, poor estimation of time frame, shortage of funds from government, selection of inexperienced contractors, delay in approval of drawings, poor coordination among stakeholders, poor planning of work, client interfere in the project, in the design, unskilled labor. These are actually, there are number of factors are there, but main causes of delay of the customer project, these are known as 9. So many research papers, if you will read, you will find that these are the 9 factors. Although maybe in the Malaysia, in Indonesia, maybe in Thailand, the factors may be causes may be same, but this is the in the ranking one. Now, causes of cost overrun as are factors of cost overrun. Number 1, shortage of funds from government, inflation rate, change in scope of the project, political influence, poor cost estimation, complex design of the project, inexperienced subcontractors, frequent design changes, changes in the top management. These are the 9 cost overrun factors. I have read the cost overrun factors in the Malaysia as well as, but the factors are almost same, but the ranking is different. I have also studied the cost overrun issues in India as well as Australia, and this issue is not only in the Pakistan, India, Malaysia, Thailand, throughout the world. Every construction sector is facing this issue, but the margin of cost overrun varies. Sometimes 8%, 10%, 20%, but in Pakistan, more than 80%. What are the causes of the poor quality? Appointment of technical staff in the concerned is ranked as the number 1. Poor quality of selected materials, poor interest of client in the project, or you can say lack interest. Number 4, corruption. Number 5, unskilled labor. Number 6, supervision of contractor staff. Number 7, inexperienced contractor. Number 8, rush in completion of the project. Number 9, frequent changes of the managerial position of the project. These are the 9 causes of the poor quality materials. Now, we are going to discuss about the causes of inflation. Number 1 is international investment. Number 2 is performance of the government. Number 3, export and import performance. Number 4, loan from state bank or from banks, investment from foreigners. Number 6, security issues. And number 7, impact of international market. Now here, causes of nepotism, political influence, lack of respect of law, no check balance of the government or from client, personal interest of the top management, corruption. Now, how to control these slides? How to control the delay? What are the recommendations to control, or suggestions to control the delay? So, number 1 factor or cause was delay in payment to contractor. Number 1, government should release funds to the contractor on time. Government should release funds to the contractor on time. Number two, financial strong contractor should be appointed in the project. Number third, payment should be done on the regular basis. By doing these recommendations, by implementing on this giving suggestions, delay in payment to contractor cannot be stopped, but it can be reduced up to certain level. This factor or this cause can be controlled up to certain level. Then poor time estimation. Client and consultant should make a proper estimation of the project, that they have to finalize what should be the time of the project, proper estimation with respect to the length of the project and what are the current dynamics of the project, proper visit at the site of the project. Consultant team and client team should visit their site, because sometimes they use the Google and they check, okay, these are the parameters, these are the problems, these are the dynamics, these are the locations. Then they design the project and they also calculate the estimation time, but they don't know what is the reality at the site. And then third, strong technical team should be appointed. Now, who gave these recommendations? These recommendations are from the stakeholders, from the participants of the construction industry, shortage of funds from government. Funds should be kept properly in the project. Actually, here, let's say the government is going to change or suddenly influence the government. The project of one project is transferred to the another project, or 75% or 50% cost of the project is transferred to the another project, and definitely if there is shortage of funds from government, the project will be delayed. The funds of the project should not be utilized in the projects. Means the project, every project have the proper funding so that it can be utilized on the time, so the project can be completed on the given time frame. And the political influence in terms of what? Let's say due to political approach that this project should not be completed because that was started by the opposite party, so they will try to influence. So political influence should be reduced. Now, inexperienced contractor, well qualified and experienced contractor should be appointed. Selection of contractor should be on the merit basis. No political influence should be done, because sometimes political approach is there. They try to influence on the project and they try to appoint their own contractor or a new contractor which is not familiar with the project. Let's say the contractor having good profile in the building, but they got the project of highway, they got the project of bridges, they got the project of dam. So definitely it will affect. They don't have the qualified team. They are not very much experienced in terms of the particular project. Delay in approval of drawings and designs. Approvals of drawings and designs should be done immediately after getting amendment from the consultant or from the contractor. And meeting, how to control? Then meeting should be frequently arranged, meeting with the three stakeholders, with client, consultant and contractor. They will play their role. They will meet frequently and discuss issues, and where the drawings and design, if there is query, they can resolve by sitting with each other. Proper communication should be done among client and consultant. Mostly the drawings and designs are approved by the consultant and then the client on suggestions of the contractor, sometimes consultant, or sometimes on the ground reality. If there will be the proper communication, this factor, this cause can be overcome. Poor communication among parties. Frequent meetings should be done among all parties, all stakeholders. Current issues and upcoming issues should be discussed frequently. What are the current issues in the project? And upcoming issues should be briefed into the meeting that these issues can come. And immediate changes in the project should be avoided. Immediate changes in the project means immediate changes of the project managerial positions. Let's say suddenly the RE of the project is changed. A new RE will come, he will understand, it will take time. Our project managers is changed. Sometimes project directors change. These are actually the issues, and by implementing of recommendations, poor coordination among stakeholders can be reduced. Now, poor planning. Proper planning and scheduling should be done. If there will be scheduling, if there will be planning of the activities, construction activities at the site, competent staff should be appointed in the project. If there will be the competent staff, they will try to have the planning of the project, construction activity planning at the site, how to complete the project on the time. They have the skills, they have the experience to complete the project or to take the work from the labor. Proper teamwork should be done. Yes, if there's a teamwork, then this poor planning factor or cause can be reduced up to certain level. Client interference in the project. Client interference should be avoided by conducting frequent meetings. How the client interference can be reduced? Because when you will arrange the meetings with the client, if there are some queries or the impact of the interfere can be briefed, then this factor can be reduced. Project activities should be shared among client and contractor. What are the current status of the project? What are the current status of, let's example, there's a construction of building. Now we are in the 4th floor and we have to go for the 5th floor. If the client come to know that okay, there's the construction from 4th to 5th floor, the client can understand. If they have any questions, they can easily discuss and they can not interrupt frequently. Client should be informed for each activity of construction at the site. Surely, schedule should be shared with the client. Client should understand, okay, now, okay, this construction activity is going on. This construction is going on and that month. So with this interference of the client can be reduced. Unskilled labor. Unskilled labor is one of the factors. Skilled labor should be hired with good packages. Give them a good wages. Provide them facilities. Training should be given to the labor about new techniques. New techniques, because as the construction industry have new techniques are coming day by day. So training should be given to the labor. Before starting of the project, skilled labor should be arranged. So these were the recommendations for the delay, to control the delay in the construction projects in Pakistan. So now, number one, how to control the cost overrun. What steps should be taken to control the cost overrun? Shortage of funds from the client. The recommendations are proper funds should be kept for each project. If there will be the particular funds for each project, there will be no any shortage of the funds from the client. Political influence should be avoided. Now, as same, this recommendation was also into the delay, but here the political influence is like this: the funds should be kept for each project, and the political influence should not be involved, because if they are going to transfer the funds, definitely the cost of the project will increase. Client should arrange funds for projects before starting. Yes, this is the main point. Client should arrange funds before starting the project. They must have idea that when they have to complete the project, at what cost, so they have the resources.
Okay,
And
Doctor.
inflation
So,
rate.
sorry for interrupt. Okay. All right. Excuse me, Doctor. Okay.
Yes.
Since that we have a really detail on your elaboration regarding the challenges of the construction in Pakistan, we have a question from the floor. Okay, can I read the question? One question for you.
Yes, please.
Okay, so because you just highlight the challenges faced by construction industry at Pakistan, caused by delay in payment of the contractor, poor estimation, shortage of fund from the government, delay in approvals of the drawings, and then you got some of the poor coordinations. A slide after this, I think.
Yes.
Poor planning of work, client interferes in the design, and also unskilled labor. So because this one also, I think it's quite general problems also in another country, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to know, because they're asking what the alternative solution done by player industry at Pakistan, especially by side of authority, developer, contractor to overcome these challenges. Like in Malaysia, normally we are more move forward. Okay, we are exposed on the BIM, which is regarding the building information management BIM software.
Yes.
Okay, this one is one of the applications that mean related with the construction, like Revit software covers structures, infrastructure, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Because this site actually trying to help our player industry to make it what we call it smooth during stage of the planning, construction, and then completion. So now we want to know, can you share to us what is the alternative solution done by player industry at the Pakistan to overcome all this kind of the problems?
Okay.
And then one more, Doctor.
Yes,
I think we might have 30 minutes more for you, and then we can continue for the Q&A. I think we have a lot of the questions for you after this.
Okay, no problem. I'm
All
ready
right,
to
okay,
give the
Doctor.
answers.
Okay.
Okay, no problem, Doctor.
All right,
So
thank
very
you.
good questions. I really appreciate. As I have already briefed about these are the common factors. Okay, these factors can be into the Malaysia. Malaysia is I personally can say Malaysia is more advanced as compared to Pakistan. But here some more issues which are unforeseen. Simply, let's delay in payment to contractor, poor estimation of time frame. Yes, we are the stakeholders like contractor, consultant, and client. They are trying to use the BIM. Yes, we have the concept of BIM. We have the softwares. We have the scheduling, but the problem is only implementation. We have everything same as Malaysia, that we are going to forward onto the softwares applications, but the problem is like shortage of funds from government. This is a big issue in Pakistan. Maybe in Malaysia this can be fifth number, this can be the first number, but in Pakistan, this is known as third number. The stakeholders are going to overcome. So, which I am discussing the solutions and recommendations. These are not from my side. These are from the stakeholders. They have given the solutions because they are understanding that by giving these recommendations and suggestions, once the project can be controlled or the causes of delay can be controlled up to certain level, so they can easily use the BIM and other software as well as like project management software. They have the scheduling of each activity, and they have the Gantt chart, the project, when they have to PERT technique they have to use. So they have the different schedules, concepts, but the problem is coming is same, that sometimes they have the payment issue. So what contractor is going to do? They stop the work simply. So if the project is stopped, so there will be no any implementation of BIM. There will be no any implementation of the construction management softwares or scheduling. They stop the work because they are not getting the payment. So the solutions I am going to discuss. I have already discussed about the delay. I am going to discuss about the cost overrun. We have the concept of this softwares. We have the concept of BIM. We have the concept of planning and scheduling of activity. We have the concept of PERT. We have the concept of critical path method. We are going to use different techniques. But the problem is coming is that there are these factors are directly affecting up, not only because I have done the literature of the Malaysia. These factors are also there, but not up to certain level. But Pakistan is affected more than 3 times as compared to Malaysia. So here is now political influence factor or cause of cost overrun. This factor may be in Malaysia not very much familiar, maybe not very much considered as a top ranked, but in Pakistan that is also the top ranked. So here honest leadership is required to control to the political influence, and funds of project should be not be transferred from one project to another project. Poor cost estimation, proper estimation should be done. Competent and technical team should be appointed. These are the parameters which recommendations should be done. Change in the scope of the project. Yes, this factor is also I have seen into the different countries as well as Malaysia, and I also read one paper in Indonesia, Thailand also. This is also the change in scope of the project. What was reason? In Pakistan, the scope is changed because of different, they don't know initially in the feasibility report. They don't know what is the scope, but literally after studies of project, and they come to know, oh yes, we have to change the scope. Proper scope of the project should be designed properly at the initial stage. These are the recommendations given by the stakeholders. The stakeholders from the contractor, consultant, and the client. And these are also available under the literature review. You can see there. But I have managed them number 1, number 2, number 3 according to the number of frequency level. Complex design of project. Simple project design should be available at the site. If you are working as a civil engineer or project engineer, if there will be the complex design, surely you will discuss with the boss, and the boss will discuss to the consultant, and this will be takes time. If the construction activity is delayed, today's activity is delayed after 2 days, definitely if the project cost are interrelated with each other, competent team should be appointed in the consultant, because if there will be the competent team, they can make the design very easy and understood. Before finalizing the design, contractor and consultant should discuss with client. Now, inexperienced subcontractors, this factor is found in the Malaysia as number 17. I have read the different authors. Recently, Memon also completed the cast over in the peninsular Malaysia. Competent subcontractors issues in Pakistan because they are going to sub the project to the another contractor. Okay, you can take project, okay, no problem, but they don't know how to complete the project. They don't know the profile of the project subcontractor, and they are going to give the project to the subcontractor. Client should assure new policy. Now, this third one is the new recommendations. Client should give the new policies before appointing a selection of the subcontractor. Client should evaluate the performance of the subcontractor of the project. Not like this. The project, the assigned contractor is going to give the project to the anyone, whatever he wants. Frequent design changes. Yes, the frequent changes in design should be avoided. Competent team should be appointed to the consultant because the designs are designed by the consultant. Meeting should be done with client and the consultant. Appointment of technical staff in the consultant. This was a serious issue in Pakistan. Although we have the technical staff in the consultant, but not a certain level. Not a certain level. We have the technical team in the consultant, but not up to a certain level, not a maximum. Competent staff having high profile should be appointed. Consultant should have technical staff on merit. Here, sometimes the client requests to consultant to hire an engineer. They don't have the experience of consultant and how they can supervise the work. Poor quality materials. Material engineers should be appointed. Quality of material should be checked by consultant and client staff regularly. Penalty should be imposed on the contractors on using of the poor quality materials. Now we are discussing about the poor quality standards. Poor interest of client in the project. Now this factor is new. You have seen maybe different, but this one is the new in Pakistan. New in not a new in Pakistan, but this is new in terms that this has pop up on the top of the factors, because sometimes the project and client don't take interest in the project because they said, okay, number of projects are going on, they ignore the importance of the project. So how to control? The client should visit the construction site and they should give the full interest in each project. Let's say the project having small amount, but amount is there, the facility is there, they ignore the project. Okay, leave this. They have the priority on the mega projects. Surprise visits of clients and consultants should be done at the site. Corruption. Honest and dedicated officials should be appointed. Client should assure that there should be no back relationship among the contractors or consultant. If there can be the relationship, then I think there will be the corruption. Punishment should be given if anyone found in the corruption of the project. Shortage of skill level, same factors and having the recommendations. But number second, competent engineer should be appointed who can monitor labor. If the labor is not very much skilled, then the competent engineer can monitor them until final appointment of the skilled labor. Supervision of contractor staff. Because of the supervision, contractor don't have the competent staff, or they are going to appoint the fresh engineer. They don't know about the drawings. They don't know about the quality. They don't know anything. To save the cost, to save the money, they use the low quality material, but the staff, contractor staff, the engineers, they don't know. Staff of contractor should be appointed on merit. and frequent visits of the client and concerned should be done. Technical staff should be appointed by contractors. Inexperienced contractor. How highly qualified contractor should be appointed. Political influence should be avoided. Contractor performance should be checked on regular basis. As I have told you, sometimes what happens, the project is given to the contractor having good profile, but the contractor having experience of the highway, but they don't have the experience of the buildings. They don't have the experience of the drainage. They don't have the experience of the pipelines. They don't have the experience of construction of dams. And then this factor is also new as compared to Malaysia and other countries. Russian completion of the projects. Now the contractor have number of projects are going on. So what they are going to do, they are raced to complete the project so that they can complete the project by construction of poor quality. Each activity, construction activity should be checked. How? Let's say the curing is required to the foundation, but they said, okay, go on. After they have to keep curing for minimum 7 days, but after 3 days, they are going to start other activities. Performance of contractor should be checked. Number of ongoing projects of each contractor should be checked, monitored. Frequent changes of managerial positions. Yes, sometimes there's a transfer of posting of the managerial staff also create the problems of the poor quality, because if new staff is coming and he read the drawings, it takes times. So this should be stopped. Up to our additional charges. Additional charge, let's say the project is deputy director is assigned as a project director. So for that, a regular managerial staff should be appointed. Now, inflation. International investment. Now, international investment is actually a big issue in Pakistan. Because of the security issues, the international investment is coming very low. Proper security should be provided to the investors. Investors should be invited and encouraged in the mega projects, and security should be into the country. Performance of the government, uniform policies should be there, and trust of the pupils on the policies of the government. Government should take actions for the betterment of the nation. Export and import performance, export service should be increased. Maximum efforts should be done for the export. Export import balance should be checked regularly. Loan from banks by government. Unnecessary loans from banks should be avoided. Loans should be taken up to certain limits. Value of currency should be kept stable. This is one of the serious issue, because inflation comes because of the loans and an export shortage of export. Then security issues. Security issues should be resolved on priority basis. International conference should be arranged on these issues. Current security of control country should be briefed to the investors, because in Pakistan we are facing nowadays, because in past, if you will observe, the Pakistan was affected because of security issues, bomb blasting. So investors, foreign investors, they were leaving the Pakistan. So now securities are much better. So conference should be arranged. So they must know what steps we have taken. Impact of international market, currency should be kept stable. If the currency is stable, then their impact of international market will be not too much. Nowadays, our currency is going to be down because of inflation, and we are facing the problem of the inflation in the construction projects. Rate of cement is increased, rate of steel is increased, fuel is increased. Government should adopt policies that impact of international market should not affect on this industry. They can give the subsidy. Now, nepotism. political influence. Now, nepotism is one of the problem in Pakistan. Political influence should be avoided to control the nepotism in the construction projects. Government should adopt policies in selection of contracts or providing contractors on the merit basis. Lack of respect of law. This is a problem. Maybe the participants who are listening, they have this new thing into the construction industry, so they can also understand what measures should be taken. Rule of punishment should be adopted by the government. Each contractor consultant should be treated equally. It is not like this that okay, this contractor is rich and influenced, so there will be no any rules and treated very well. So because law for all the stakeholders should be same. Government should support decisions of the honest officers. Yes, we have honest officers. Government knows. So if whatever they are taking decision, the government should support to the decisions of the officials. No check balance by the government. Performance of each contractor and consultant should be checked on a regular basis. Now, on this, I just want to know, I want to brief one thing, that if you will search on our website, Pakistan Engineering Council, you can see that there are number of companies are registered, but the problem is that still you can find few profile of few companies are not updated in the system. There should be the strict policies should be adopted for the all stakeholders, and quality standards should be checked of each project by the government. Personal interest of the top management. Yes, this is a new factor. If a person having the key position, having some personal interest, let's say they have awarded the project to his own contractor. Okay, the contractor can give some money, or contractor give some relief, or appointment of the labor, appointment in the managerial positions can be done. So in this, highly qualified and competent staff should be hired. Policies should be kept uniform for all stakeholders. Now, let's coming to the conclusion, because my time is for presentation was 1 hour and 30 minutes. So still, I think 4 minutes or 5 minutes are left. So here, there are 5 major challenges: delay, cost overrun, quality, inflation, and nepotism. Gray color indicates the number 1 solution recommended by the stakeholders. Yellow one is second recommendations, and third one is the blue. Means the number 1 solution is, and delay is only the problem of the payment to the contractor. If the payment is be done on the time, surely the delay of the projects, not all the projects, but up to certain level, that can be reduced. Cost overrun, factor number 1, or cause number 1, that can be reduced up to 60%. Up to 60% can be reduced. Quality standards can be improved up to more than 60%. Now, inflation is highest, more than 70%. More than the 70%. By implementing these recommendations or suggestions, the inflation rate can be, because the international investors are not available in the Pakistan. If they are available, before a few years they were in thousands, now in hundreds. If we are going to increase the security issues, the inflation rate can be reduced in the Pakistan. Nepotism is also one of the big main challenge faced by this industry, and this is not only, this can be controlled up to 60%. Now, these are 5 conclusions. The last one is delay. Light blue is delay, blue, dark blue cost overrun, yellow quality standards, gray inflation, and the red one is nepotism. By controlling these all parameters, these are challenges, it has been calculated that the Pakistan construction industry can be boosted up. A number of opportunities can be increased. Economy of Pakistan surely increased up to more than 20%, more 50%, because these are actually the problems. Yes, I am again agree with the audience that this factor, these problems are also same in the other countries, but in Pakistan, this is more serious up to a certain level. This can be reduced by controlling this one. So these are the references, and now Q&A session. That's all from my presentation. So audience are allowed to ask the question. If they have any question, they can ask, and I am here to give the answers.
Okay, Doctor, thank you very much, Associate Professor Engineer Dr. Samlullah, for addressing this interesting topic. All right, now we have a good exposure in regarding the industry construction of Pakistan related with the China-Pakistan economic corridor, right? And then now we have many information that you list out the challenge faces by construction industry of Pakistan. Okay, maybe I can roughly, okay, cost of the run and also cost of the cost overrun. The big problem actually you want to highlight actually also related with the funding, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, okay, Doctor, we have a question from the floor. I think this first question might be related with the funding also. Maybe I can read from here for you.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so for the first question from Tuan Syed Muhammad Farid, okay, this one from the industry player. Okay, he asking, all right, so in Malaysia, one method that used to construct big projects such as highway construction to control problem related with the construction qualities. All right, and then was implement a privatization policy in highway industries, which private sector construct highway with their own fund and also collect toll fare after the completion of the construction. Okay,
Yes.
now his question, in Pakistan, what method that has been used by Pakistan government to control the construction problems and construction quality such as highway construction? Right.
Okay, now I understand the question.
Okay.
When I was in Malaysia, I was doing PhD at UTHM. I personally visited so many times from Johor to Kuala Lumpur. So there was a toll system, right? You have to pay toll and you have to cross. But in Pakistan, nowadays, in last 3 years, Pakistan government have observed, because the problem is that peoples of Pakistan having the poverty issues. People are very poor. They have the problems of the paying toll tax. So what the government have done nowadays, they have given the chances to the investors by construction of roads through public-private partnership, in which they have different policies. Number one, like Karachi Hyderabad motorway, they have constructed through public-private partnership, as well as the one project from Hyderabad to Mirpur Khas has been constructed, which is around, I think, 63 kilometers. That tool will be given to the investor or builder or the contractor, and the maintenance of the project will be done by the contractor up to 15 years. And the end of the after 15 years, the contractor or investor or the builder is bound to give the project to the client by giving the good condition. Everything will be there. So nowadays we are moving towards the public-private partnership, and because already I have shared with you, we have security issues because of that, so many investors are not coming. But through CPEC, mega projects of highway projects are constructed, and where the tool is taken by the Chinese up to 70% and 30% is given to the Pakistan government. But the problem is that in this condition, because in Pakistan we are agricultural country actually. Because of construction of road, mostly agricultural lands are affected. The peoples are very much not agree that their land should be affected. So government of Pakistan is going to pay the money to them. Government of Pakistan is paying money to them that okay, how much loss we have got because of this road, we are going to pay you. That payment is done by the government of Pakistan because they trust on the government instead of other investors. And then that amount is not only in thousands, in the billions. So there is agreement between the contractor and the government of Pakistan up to a certain level. Government of Pakistan from tool, government of Pakistan is getting some percentage. A majority of the percentage are taken by the contractor, and rate of tool is increased. As before this, from Karachi to Hyderabad, the tool was only, maybe it's amazing for you, that was 140 kilometers. Distance from Hyderabad to Karachi, tool is 140 kilometers. Before this, tool was only 1 RM, Malaysian rupees, and Pakistan is 30 rupees. Now that has been increased up to 8 RM, Malaysian rupees, and in Pakistan that is 290 rupees, equivalent to 7 point something, or you can say 8 RM. So nowadays this is a good position for the Pakistan government opportunity, that they are going to give the projects to on the public-private partnership policies.
Okay, Doctor, thank you very much for your answer. Looks like what we call it, government and also the private need to be cooperated together to solve the problem, right?
Yes,
okay,
right.
But okay, I want to relate with another question. All right, from Akmal Daniel Nur Hakim. Okay, regarding this one is in Malaysia, right? The labor has to learn the new technology of construction, like the IBS system, to control the quality and manage the material more effectively. Okay, so he wants to know, all right, how the government of Pakistan trains its workers to work in the construction industry. Right, Doctor?
Yes, very good question. Actually, I was expecting this question from you.
Yeah.
Because this IBS, recently one of my students has done the master's topic on IBS in Pakistan. Actually, IBS is not very much familiar in the Pakistan right now. But now the government and other stakeholders, they are thinking, and they have started up to certain level, not a maximum, maybe only in few projects. One of the builder in Pakistan is known as Bahia builder. Baharia builder. He has introduced IPS in his industry. And one of the company, that is Descon Engineering, that is also international, they have also introduced the IPS. So this is not very much familiar, but nowadays they are going to arrange the seminars that what are the advantages of using the IPS into the construction industry, because I have seen that Malaysia is very much advanced in the IBS. I have seen the research papers on the IBS in Malaysia. So they are working too much on the IBS as compared to Pakistan. Let's say we are up to 5% and you are up to 70%. Simple. I just want to tell you in the ratio. So government has adopted the policies that there should be the trainings among the stakeholders, because trainings should be given to the labor or staff by the stakeholders. First, the stakeholders should understand what is the actually IPS. Once they will understand the concept of IPS, advantages of IPS, then they can give the brief to the labor or supervision staff that how to use IPS, what are the advantages of IPS, how we can use the IPS into the construction projects. That can be done with help of the coordination between the supervision as well as the stakeholders. So we are in the that phase, but not too much. But inshallah, in maybe in coming 5 years, this IPS will be more effective in the Pakistan. And yes, one thing more, as CPEC, I have already told you, in the CPEC, the Chinese engineer, they have introduced IPS in the Pakistan actually. They told to the government that by providing this IPS, your project's quality, schedule, everything, amount can be controlled up to a certain level actually.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Doctor, for your answer. All right, good sharing for us today. Okay, all right. So maybe I can ask once again if let's say any participant here have any question. All right, from the FB platform. If let's say you have any question, can put in the chat box. Maybe I can read from here.
Yes, if you find any questions, let me know. I'm here to give the answers.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like from the action team, maybe we have only 3 questions for you today, Doctor.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, all right. So, okay, Doctor, on behalf of iCIW 2021, Faculty of Engineering Technology, UTHM, we would like to thank you for joining us today. Hope we can collaborate again in future, Doctor, for sharing a lot of the knowledge from you.
No, thank you so much. I'm very much thankful to all of you, because you gave me the opportunities to give the talk on my favorite topic, that was challenges faced by construction industry of Pakistan. Because it was also honor for me, because I have done the PhD from UTHM. So today I'm feeling very much happy that they gave me the opportunity to share my experience and with my research and my feedback regarding this topic. So inshallah, in future we will work together, and inshallah I will visit soon in the UTHM.
Yes, you are always welcome to come again in Malaysia, Doctor.
Inshallah, inshallah.
All right. Okay. So now I will pass to our MC, Miss Akila, for ending session for slot 1. All right. So just kindly reminder, we have another slot, slot 2 today, start by 2 p.m. If let's say this one for sharing this evening also interesting topic, is going to share by 3 panels. All right, ladies and gentlemen here also are invited. Okay, so now I will pass over to you, Miss MC, Miss Akila.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. All right. Thank you for the nice sharing just now. We hope this sharing session can provide beneficial knowledge to all participants. And then we would like to invite ladies and gentlemen for the online photography session. We will ask to open the camera.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, next page. 1, 2, 3. Okay, another page. 1, 2, 3. Next. 1, 2, 3. Okay, last. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Okay, with that, we end our session for today. For this morning, kindly ensure that all participants fill out the attendees form as per attached in the chat box, Zoom or Facebook comment. Thank you and see you on the slot 2 at 2 p.m. Bye. Thank you.